The global organic food industry is now worth over $220 billion, and yet study after study shows that most people buying organic cannot correctly identify what the label actually means. You are spending more money on a product you do not fully understand, and that gap between perception and reality is costing the average American family nearly $4,000 every single year. Welcome to HealthCore Daily. In the next 10 minutes, you are going to discover exactly what organic certification really means, which foods are genuinely worth buying organic, and which ones are a complete waste of your money. And we are going to reveal one finding from nutrition science that completely flips the common wisdom about organic food on its head. Most people who shop organic are doing it for the wrong reasons entirely, and by the end of this video, you will know exactly what those reasons are. Let us start with some background. The organic food movement did not begin in a health food store. It began in the early 20th century as a direct response to the rise of industrial agriculture. In the 1920s and 1930s, scientists and farmers began noticing that synthetic fertilizers and pesticides were fundamentally changing soil composition. A British botanist named Sir Albert Howard is widely credited as one of the founding figures of organic agriculture. His research in India during the 1930s showed that traditional composting methods produced healthier soil than synthetic alternatives. His work influenced a generation of farmers and eventually led to what we now call organic farming. The United States did not create a federal standard for organic food until 2002, when the National Organic Program under the USDA officially defined what the label means. Before that, organic was essentially a wild west of self-regulation and marketing claims. Today, for a product to carry the USDA organic seal, it must be produced without synthetic pesticides, synthetic fertilizers, genetically modified organisms, irradiation, or sewage sludge. For animal products, the animals must be raised with access to the outdoors and without routine antibiotic or hormone use. That is the legal definition. Not spiritual. Not automatically healthier. Just those specific production requirements. Now here is where it starts to get interesting. One of the most common reasons people buy organic is to avoid pesticide residue. And that concern is not unfounded. The Environmental Working Group publishes an annual list called the Dirty Dozen, which identifies the 12 produce items with the highest pesticide residue levels when grown conventionally. In 2023, that list included strawberries, spinach, kale, peaches, pears, nectarines, apples, grapes, bell peppers, cherries, blueberries, and green beans. These are the foods where buying organic makes a measurable, documented difference in what ends up on your plate. If you are going to spend extra money anywhere, this is where to spend it. But here's what nobody talks about. Organic does not mean pesticide-free. Organic farming is permitted to use a long list of naturally derived pesticides. Substances like copper sulfate, spinosad, and pyrethrin are all allowed under organic certification. And in some cases, these natural pesticides are applied in higher volumes than synthetic alternatives because they are less effective per application. The word organic refers to the origin of the inputs, not the absence of them. The flip side of this equation is equally important. The Environmental Working Group also publishes a list called the Clean 15, produce items that consistently show very low pesticide residue even when grown conventionally. In 2023, that list included avocados, sweet corn, pineapple, onions, papaya, frozen sweet peas, asparagus, honeydew melon, kiwi, cabbage, mushrooms, mangoes, sweet potatoes, watermelon, and carrots. Buying organic versions of these foods offers almost no measurable benefit in terms of pesticide exposure. You are paying a premium of anywhere from 20 to 100% more for virtually identical residue levels. So what does the nutritional science actually say? This is where the conversation becomes genuinely complex. A landmark meta-analysis published in the British Journal of Nutrition in 2014 analyzed 343 peer-reviewed studies and found that organic crops contain significantly higher levels of certain antioxidants, including polyphenol and flavonoids, compared to conventionally grown crops. The researchers estimated the difference was equivalent to eating 1 or 2 additional portions of fruit and vegetables per day. That is not a trivial finding. But here is the critical counterpoint. A separate major review published in the Annals of Internal Medicine examined 237 studies and concluded that there was no strong evidence that organic food was significantly more nutritious than conventional food. The inconsistency between these two major reviews is not a flaw in the science. It reflects the genuine complexity of the data. Soil quality, crop variety, time from harvest to consumption, and how food is stored all have enormous effects on nutrient levels, often dwarfing the organic versus conventional distinction entirely. What does this mean practically? A conventionally grown strawberry purchased fresh from a local farm on the day it was picked will almost certainly have higher nutritional value than a certified organic strawberry that was picked 5 days ago and shipped across 3 states. Freshness and locality frequently matter more than certification. And this is the counterintuitive insight most organic marketing never wants you to think about. Let us talk about animal products, because this is where organic certification has some of its most meaningful implications. Conventionally raised livestock in the United States is routinely given antibiotics not just to treat illness but to promote growth and prevent disease in crowded conditions. This practice contributes directly to the global crisis of antibiotic resistance, which the World Health Organization identifies as one of the greatest threats to human health. Organic certification prohibits routine antibiotic use. For consumers who care about antibiotic resistance, choosing organic meat and dairy is not just a personal health decision. It is a public health decision. Organic dairy has also shown measurable differences in fat composition. Multiple studies, including one published in the British Journal of Nutrition, found that organic whole milk contained approximately 50% more omega-3 fatty acids than conventional whole milk. This difference is largely attributed to the requirement that organic dairy cows graze on pasture for a minimum portion of their diet. Grass feeding changes the fat profile of milk in ways that benefit cardiovascular health. But here is another pattern most consumers miss entirely. The income bracket most likely to purchase organic food consistently is the upper middle class and above. This means the health benefits of organic eating, to whatever degree they exist, are disproportionately available to people who already have access to better healthcare, lower stress levels, more time for exercise, and better overall dietary diversity. The organic label has become partly a marker of socioeconomic status, and the health outcomes associated with organic consumers may reflect their overall lifestyle advantages as much as the food itself. There is also an environmental argument for organic food that goes beyond personal nutrition. Organic farming practices generally support greater biodiversity, improved soil health, and reduced chemical runoff into waterways. A long-term study from the Rodale Institute tracked organic and conventional farming plots over 30 years and found that organic systems matched conventional yields after a transition period while using 45% less energy and producing significantly lower greenhouse gas emissions. If your reasons for buying organic include environmental stewardship, the science supports that choice more consistently than it supports the personal nutrition argument. So what is the practical conclusion here? The truth about organic food is that it is neither the miracle product its advocates claim nor the marketing scam its critics label it. It is a system with real documented benefits in specific categories and genuine limitations in others. A strategic approach serves you far better than an all-or-nothing philosophy. Prioritize organic for items on the dirty dozen list, particularly strawberries, spinach, and leafy greens. Save your money on the clean 15. If you eat meat and dairy regularly, organic and pasture-raised options offer meaningful benefits around antibiotic use and fat composition that justify the higher cost. And remember that freshness, dietary variety, and overall eating patterns are far more powerful determinants of your health than any single label. The $4,000 a year figure at the start of this video is real, but it does not have to be your number. Before you go, if you learned something valuable today, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to HealthCore Daily for a brand new video every single day. We will see you in the next one.